doing today? So today I had some free time and I'm thinking to myself, I want to do some of the story quests because I haven't really done many of these yet. I didn't Hidas. I have a backlog here. I was like, okay, which one of these ones do I want to do? And I thought, you know what? Let's do Cynos because I don't know. Because Cyno's cool. All of them are really cool. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff I want to catch up on. But you know, just like in the Archon quest, we saw how Cyno really stood up for Nahida and executed justice in her name. So you know what? Let's go hang out more with Cyno and see what he's up to. Now, his story quest, all these story quests that I have left came out before the end of the Sumeru Archon quest. So they're probably not going to refer to events that happened in that quest yet. All the same, I am curious to learn what kinds of things everyone's up to. I bet when they release like Alhaitham and give him a story quest, I hope they have a story quest, then that's probably going to be him. Like, for example, they probably will address stuff that happened in this Archon quest, like him also almost becoming the Grand Sage and him looking for helping. He's not really helping, but you know, the process looking for a new Grand Sage. If we, like any of the new characters that come out, the Archon quest and Sumeru probably going to refer to the events that we learned about, but not these ones.
Wait, you two! Just a moment, please.
Yeah, what's up?
You're the Traveler in Paimon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you two looked familiar. People have been talking all about you.
Yeah?
It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Have we met before?
My name is Nabil. I'm a Matra in the Academia. You're friends with Cyno, right? I've heard him mention you before.
Yes. Yes, that's
Currently,
right.
Cyno is out investigating a case involving smuggled canned knowledge.
Huh. Okay, but this sounds like it takes place after the Archon quest. Because at the end of Chapter 4, we were all hiding out in the desert.
But since we haven't heard from him, we're starting to suspect that the case might be more.
And he hadn't been in contact with the other Matra, so how could they know that we're friends?
Brave, smart, and extremely capable adventurers.
Unless they slightly adjusted it to take place after the end of the Archon quest. Yeah, of course. Do you have any further intel regarding this case?
Large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently.
Okay.
Cyno suspected that there's a secret route being used to move the capsules.
Mm-hmm.
According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences.
Is this forbidden knowledge or like?
Most people have
well, we got rid of we eliminated all the forbidden knowledge, so it's probably just regular canned knowledge.
Particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Regardless of whether the rumors are true or not, this case
it could be regular knowledge, but the contents of that knowledge is still not good.
Cyno, he was investigating somewhere outside Sumeru City. It seems that he had found some leads at the time, but we haven't heard from him since.
Okay.
Sounds like we better go look for him.
Come on. Let's see how can we help? How can we help Cyno? Sands of Solitude. Okie dokie. Yeah, because this is sounding like it takes place after he got his job back already. But that didn't happen until after this current Archon quest, which came out after this quest came out. Anyway, it's not important. What's important is now I finally get to interact with some more characters again, because yay, I've been too busy. I haven't had time to do these stories, but now I'm going to. I'm sorry, are we going the right way? Yeah, we are. Okay. I'm like, is it far away or can I get there? But I can get there this way, right, Nahida? The churlish chase. Goodbye. You can go and just... where is it? The guy who keeps getting attacked by the hilly churls every time. There it is. Every time. You just seem to not be able to keep your cart, like, safe at all. I should help you, but I'm going to be helping out a friend of mine who is just over there. Hello, Cyno. How are you doing today? Cyno's such a cool character. His playstyle is awesome as well. Hello.
Cyno, there you are. We finally found you.
How's it going?
Ah, it's you two. I knew I sensed a familiar presence.
Nice to see you again
But I'm
too.
very
You
busy
kind
at
of
the
showed up in
moment.
the mushroom
We'll
event.
have to chat some other time.
But you didn't really talk to us then. But you sent us a letter, which was very nice of you. We heard about the case of smuggled canned knowledge.
That's right. Nabil asked us to come and check on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So Nabil told you about this? Divulging my location without authorization.
It's okay. No Akash
I'll let
anymore,
it
so
slide for
nothing's
now.
not going to use this to
This isn't the
calculate
time for
where you're
that.
going anymore.
I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated. I've already questioned several people, but gained very little information.
Okay.
Long story short, I was able to learn of the secret location where the canned knowledge is being sold.
Ooh, okay.
You're welcome to
Gonna
accompany
go
me
to
if
some
you're
sort of
interested.
underground black market.
Sounds pretty complicated, but having a chance to catch bad guys with Cyno, it's like we're a part of the mantra.
Yeah.
All right, sign us up.
Sign us up. We're ready. Because we've been sent to help you. Alright, work with Cyno to arrest the suspects. What were you looking for here? I've been here before. Like I clearly lit these torches and played with this fuzzy thing. Yes, there's evidence to be found here. Alright, let's go see what sort of problems with the canned knowledge we have here. Hello there, Fatui. And I once again, I love how all the Sumpter beasts like that have been acquired by different factions have a different like gear that they're wearing. So much detail. Sumpter beast. I'm so sorry. Last time I hit a Sumpter beast by accident. I felt really bad. We do not hurt the Sumpter beasts. They are innocent. Okay, looks like we found some sort of black market place where canned knowledge is sold.
All you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately,
I
so we
wonder
don't have
if
much
we're
on
gonna
hand.
have to find
If you
Dory,
see
because
something
she's
that
also
catches
been
your
selling
eye,
canned
then now's
knowledge
your
too. But
chance.
she's also been
There's
selling
no
other
telling when
goods,
we'll have
so she
more.
could survive without it.
What does the academia think they're doing? All right, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have.
Okay, what's the plan? What do we do? Do we just stand here? Or
I don't see any real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff. Whatever. How much do I owe you?
150K. Show us the Mora, and
well,
you'll get
that's
the
not
goods.
too bad. I guess.
Put the Mora down
Okay.
and your hands up.
It's Cyno! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods. Let's split.
Let's split. Let's do it. Come on.
But don't forget the Mora!
Go ahead. Try to run away. But there's a ton of us here. There's me and Paimon and Cyno.
Dun dun! Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the
Yeah, that's right.
What is this? He's got backup now? Doesn't everyone say Cyno works alone?
Except when he doesn't.
I don't like the looks of this.
I know, you
Either way,
guys
it's
thought
gonna be
Cyno
a
was
tough
so
fight.
predictable, but
Any
little
ideas?
did you know,
It's
he
over.
has friends.
It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
Just like the others I've caught. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of
Yeah.
the chain. All right, I have one question and one question only. Where did you get this canned knowledge?
Yeah.
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it.
Okay.
We don't get a say in it. He sends
Cool.
someone every 5 days to
Where
bring us the
is
goods.
the next one?
And when is the
Yeah.
next batch coming?
I don't know.
Well, how many days has it been since you got the last batch?
He's telling the truth. Honest. Normally, we should have received a shipment
Okay,
3 days
so
ago.
schedule's
We
been
didn't get
broken.
anything.
Maybe because they knew you guys were
The stock
were
we
being
have right now
tailed.
is from 8 days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
Seeing this isn't getting us anywhere.
I know exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days
Ooh.
ago is exactly when I started my investigation.
You guys are in trouble now.
I suspect who's ever running this whole thing knew that I
That's
was
exactly. They knew that you
So
guys
they
were being
cut all
tracked, so
contact
they
with
didn't give
these
you more
dealers.
stuff.
When you were trying to escape, you said something about me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you.
But the boss doesn't know that Cyno has
But
friends.
sure. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being
Yeah.
detected from the very
Oh, that
beginning.
worked out great for them, didn't it?
These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further
Yeah,
our
it seems like they don't
investigation.
know much. At
If
the
only
bottom
we
of the
had
food
another
chain.
lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned
Uh-oh.
knowledge.
Um,
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like
yeah.
Hmm. Do you have a potential suspect?
No.
You'd better bring them to me for
No.
judgment.
We don't know. We don't know anybody else
That's right.
who sells.
I won't turn a blind
Canned
eye on
knowledge.
any dangerous suspect.
Oh! Sounds like we shouldn't ever let
Yeah, no. We don't know any merchants.
I see. Anyway.
Good thing, because Cyno, he
I'll
can
think of a
read
way
when
to
people are
deal with
lying. So
these
good
two
thing
and then
we're
continue
friends
gathering
and he doesn't
information.
use it on us.
If you manage to learn anything, you can find me a Caravan Rebot.
Sounds good.
And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again. If you possess any unused knowledge capsules, then you should submit them to the authorities
Yeah.
immediately.
That's right.
Okay, I got it.
You
Just
don't
keep your
ever
nose
cross
out of my
Cyno.
business.
Hey, what's with the attitude, mister?
Yeah, you're being arrested. The threat of you being arrested here is
What,
real.
You got a problem with that too? Listen, buying canned knowledge is a deal between two people, the buyer
Right.
and the seller.
Right.
We don't
This
need
is
to
your
argue
argument you're telling
what
to the
men
police
are
as they're
business
about to
here.
arrest you for
Think
this.
about it. If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for
I mean-
themselves. Am I right?
Oh, when you put it like that, you do have a point, but okay, fine. Okay, that is a fair point. There's no reason why the academia needed to be hoarding the canned knowledge like they do, and making it so illegal for everyone else to have it. There's no reason for that.
The academia has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things. And besides, I'm sure you wouldn't listen anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished. All right, Traveler. I need to go now.
Bye. All right, so I guess we got
Ha!
like nothing out of that.
You think you can scare me?
Traveler, why don't we go talk to Dory? She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this.
What do you mean?
If Paimon
We don't
remembers
know
correctly,
any.
she's at the
We don't know
palace
any
outside of it.
merchants at all who sell loads and loads of canned knowledge. We don't know anyone who would sell anything as long as there's money to be made. Nope, not at all. I didn't know Dory was gonna be the quest. I should have put Dory on my team. Although my Dory is only level 20, so that wouldn't have been very helpful. Yay! Dory's palace. It's so beautiful because this is what she spent all her money on. Didn't Kaveh build this place? He built this place and he still ended up being broke. No, that's the life of a professional, isn't it? Why, hello. We totally did not almost call you out to the General Mahamatra by accident. Nope, not at all.
I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing you didn't rat me out. Otherwise,
Yeah, good thing we did not rat you out at all. Not by accident. Do you know who's smuggling the canned knowledge?
No idea. Sorry. I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business.
Okay, that's good.
You mean you stopped selling it?
But that probably means she found something even
With so
more
much canned
lucrative.
knowledge flooding the market, it was becoming
Yeah.
impossible to fetch decent prices
And
anymore.
yeah,
Besides,
when there's too much of it, you have to
seems
sell
like
at a lower
your super
price,
has
right?
practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share.
Yeah, what are you selling now then?
Regulations getting as tight as they are now, I figured I might as well just hang
Yeah,
it up.
selling legal goods.
Aw, sounds like we came all this way for nothing.
Oh, don't worry if I was
Well,
other
not
intel.
completely.
Yeah, she always has intel.
Granted, I don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity, but since you didn't sell me out, I'll let you in on what I do know.
Okay, do
After all,
tell.
those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the market like that. I hope their luck runs out soon so that I can take over.
Yeah.
I mean, so
She's
that
gonna have a
the
monopoly
industry can
on
become more fairly
literally all the
regulated.
trade coming in and out of
Hey,
Sumeru.
you just want to make more business for yourself.
Okay, is selling canned knowledge really that lucrative?
Don't underestimate its value. Think about it. You can gain all sorts of knowledge while bypassing the troublesome process of studying.
Okay, so
Naturally, that
actually I
makes
have a
the
question
product
now.
less
How do they,
complex.
what do they do with
Of course,
canned
not
knowledge now that
everyone
nobody's
needs
wearing
that kind
Akasha
of
terminals
knowledge,
anymore?
but
Like,
in a
can you
market
still,
as big
is
as
there still a way to
Sumeru,
insert it into your brain
there is
without it?
plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is
Good
relatively
question.
low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made. Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge? Being able to
Because,
gain complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it?
yeah,
But
like they
everything
like
in
to
the
have to be,
world comes at a
because this
price,
takes place
right?
before the end of the Arcane Quest, so at this point, the
Gaining knowledge is a
academia, you
complicated
know,
process.
trying to be
It
very
requires
controlling
learning,
over all the
thinking,
knowledge
and
that circulates through
practice.
Sumeru.
Even
Like
when
a
it comes to my
resource.
own business,
Yeah.
I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But
Mm-hmm.
with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads
Yeah.
to at least two potential
It's
problems.
too easy.
First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find
Yeah,
it
you
very
didn't
hard
study
to
it, so you
forget.
don't get to like,
This
you
means
didn't
that
ask
if the knowledge is
questions and
flawed,
try to
then
build an
it'll be very
understanding.
difficult to correct. And second, excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think.
So
End up
you'll be
becoming
less
a
smart.
library that can only store knowledge.
Okay.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative
Well,
effects?
we only used one knowledge capsule and it didn't really help us because it didn't even really tell us anything we didn't already know.
Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also do harm when overused.
Yeah, exactly.
Down to
Like
balancing the right
antibiotics.
amount.
Or like
Anyway,
any
back to the
medication, if you
point.
use it
There'll be
not the
consequences
way
if the
it's
sale of canned
prescribed, like
knowledge by
too
those
much, then
smugglers
that would
is
not
left
be very
unchecked.
good. So
And what's worse,
we should
it
probably
plays
stop
right into their
this.
hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market.
Yeah.
As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute information about the Court of Desolation.
What's the Court of
That's where the real
Desolation?
business opportunity is. The Court of Desolation?
Yeah, what's that?
What's that? A rumor has it that it's a site of ruins from the age of King Deshret. It's said that with the treasures inside, one can see beyond life and death. But any research of the ruins is strictly banned by the academia. Word on the street
Why would
is
the
that there'll be
okay,
auction
I
taking
guess the
place in
academia wouldn't
desert.
want random people to
They're
find out stuff, but
auctioning
aren't they
rare
curious
knowledge, some of which is
about
related to the Court of Desolation.
what's in? I would be really curious to know.
Once I heard about the auction, I began to suspect that all the canned knowledge popping up on the market is just a diversion. I'd wager that their real target is the Court of Desolation.
Why use canned knowledge to distribute information? Are people just so lazy they need to be literally spoon-fed the information that they can't like read it in a newspaper or something?
Because studying those ruins is not just a
Oh, you
simple
mean the
lesson.
knowledge is
It
actually about the
requires
ruins, not just
knowledge
about where to
spanning
find it
several
or like how to get
fields.
there or anything?
So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So, they might as well just make a fortune while they're at it by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
I see.
Sounds to
So it's
we
like
better head to the desert and see the auction. Who knows? We might
They're
find
pushing
out.
up the price of their product by just overhyping it.
And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit. It comes complete with a map straight to the auction location.
Okay. I mean, I'm saving more right now for the new characters I want to pull, but sure, we have some to spare,
As I
right,
said, I
Paimon?
also have to make preparations before I sell things, right? Now, let me consider how much I should sell this for. I've got it. 500,000 mora per kit. That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a 50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit.
Aw,
Only
thank you. We will
250,000
happily
mora.
take a discount.
That's super expensive. No need to worry, little one. Cyno's the one heading this investigation, isn't he? I'll be sure to bill all the expenses to him.
Sure.
All you'll need to do is tell him to go to the Merchants Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be sure to not send him...
Really? Is Cyno really gonna pay for all this for us? He's gonna be asking us, okay, sure, but why did you need to spend so much on this? Did you guys get gouged?
And I can only imagine the funds he's allocated for investigations.
No. Please don't charge him more. He's gonna say like,
We better get going.
yeah.
Dory keeps at it.
I'm like, I'm sure this stuff is genuinely useful. However, Cyno's gonna ask us, who did we buy this from? And why did it have to be so expensive? Alright, he said Caravan Rebot, so let's go to Caravan Rebot. And goes, did you have to buy like the nicest version of like all this equipment, or could you have just bought like a cheaper version that wasn't 750,000 mora total? Hello, Cyno. I'm so sorry. It's okay, this is all coming out of the academia budget, so I feel a little less bad.
There's a chance to research the Court of Desolation. They are hosting an auction in the desert to sell canned knowledge about those ruins.
Mm-hmm.
The Court of Desolation.
Yeah, you know something?
I won't ask how you came by this intel, but is it reliable?
Thank you for not asking, and yes, it should be reliable.
We also heard that the Court of Desolation contains treasures from the time of King Deshret. Is that true?
Partially. It was a secret place built by a dark sect from the age of King Deshret. The ruins do contain treasures, but the place is also rife with unknown dangers.
Okay.
According to past research, one must forfeit their life as the price of entering.
Oh. Never mind. Okay, now I can see why the academia
So the academia
would
strictly prohibited any
ban people from studying it, if that's why.
If they are using the canned knowledge as a way to move information and recruit researchers, then I suppose your conclusion does hold some validity. Regardless, we need to go into the desert.
Okay. Are there many people trying to study the Court of Desolation?
Less in recent years. But there are always those who attempt to do so, both inside and outside the academia. After all, legends claim that whoever obtains the treasures inside can see beyond life and death. Or even resurrect the dead.
Resurrect the
Death
dead.
is often the greatest grievance for many people.
Maybe that's how they want
Though
the
they're
planned
fully
to
aware that
resurrect
the
King
chance of
Deshret
these
before.
rumors being true
When
or
there was
slim,
I mean,
they hold tight to such fantasies.
besides the fact that it
and
was like
pursue
an
them
academia
regardless.
scheme.
That's
Was
why
that
some
how?
continue to
Would
research
that have been a way that they would have
regardless of
thought it
being
might
a
work?
restricted subject. On top of that, it's hard to track the source of information contained in canned knowledge. Do you know where the auction is taking place?
We have a map, apparently. Apparently we bought 2 desert travel kits, so we have 2 copies of the map. We can give one to you.
Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to get rid of these people tailing us.
Oops, I'm so sorry. Did I like not cover my tracks well?
Huh? People tailing us?
Or were they just always
That's
tailing us no
right.
matter what?
Let's begin to leave town and see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal themselves as soon as we make a move.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'll make short work of them.
That's
Okay.
Cyno for ya. But we can lend a hand too, you know.
Yeah. I'm sure you will, Paimon. Okay, everybody on my team has their specials ready. Alright, so I don't have Cyno. So when I have Cyno, that means I will have 5 characters on my team. So that means I could do, what is the thing? Vicious Cycle. Unleash 5 elemental bursts within 15 seconds. Let's try doing this. When I have 5 characters and I can do all their elemental bursts all at once. It's because I've been waiting. I thought to myself, oh, I can just do that during a story quest, right? And then I haven't played a story quest in so long with a character that I didn't have. I've done Nahida and I did Kazuha. But I have both those characters and I use them on my team when I play their story quests. So I don't want to do that. So now we're gonna try that. Cyno's so cool though. Part of me wishes I had him. But I gotta save up my Primo gems. Hello.
Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice.
Yeah, you have an eye underneath your eye patch. And also, do you know whom you speak to?
Who are you?
Are you speaking this way to the General Mahamatra and the famed traveler and silver companion?
You must be Cyno. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time you're in over your head.
You think you can do something about this, huh?
You won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you?
We're here to help Cyno.
That's right. We won't just sit back and do nothing.
Ha! Have you really thought it through? You're not just doing this for recognition, are you, Cyno?
No. Cyno never does stuff just for recognition. He does stuff because he has strong sense of morality and justice. And you guys are going to have justice executed upon you. Whether it be by his own name or the academia, whichever one feels so far. And no, you can't bribe us.
I can't think of a reason.
It's not about reputation, so you can't bribe us.
Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough.
That's right. You think you can bribe Cyno?
Sorry, no can do. We're getting paid to ensure you disappear. Since you won't
that will
never
work.
Then we're gonna have to make you go back.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Hello, Cyno. Nowhere to run. Okay, let's see if I can now execute 5 elemental bursts in 15 seconds. I'm sure this is not the last time we get to fight with Cyno though. Oh my gosh, look at... His moves are so awesome. I'm just trying to charge the elemental burst. There you go. Are these all the mercenaries or is there another wave after? There's probably another wave after. See, I could defeat them really fast right now. Or instead I could try fruitlessly to charge up his elemental burst. There we go. Okay. Here we go. So we go like this. Quick. This. Come on. This. There we go. Calling! There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Vicious Cycle! We did it. Cool. Now I don't need to worry about that ever again.
This doesn't change anything.
Really? Doesn't change anything at all? No? You don't think so?
You'll regret it.
We'll regret it, huh? That's so funny of you.
Let's get out of here.
You seriously think you can defeat the 3 of us? With a whole army? Shouldn't we follow them?
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there'll be little information to gain.
Yeah.
Besides, it might also be a trap.
Let's just go to the auction site instead.
Just being associated with me will inevitably cause you to become targets as well.
Oh, it's fine. We've been targets of a lot of factions.
Wait, hold on. There's no way anyone could sleep without closing their eyes. Right?
You'd be surprised.
Anyway,
just be careful.
Okay.
Mercenaries are never quick to forget.
Sure.
In their
I'll
line of
take
work,
your
even a
word
single
for
failure
it.
is bad for reputation. They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time, waiting for the right moment to ambush you. They'll do anything to keep their prestige intact.
Are you speaking from experience, Cyno?
Yes. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh,
I was
okay.
carrying out a mission with one of my superiors. I didn't have much experience at the time. And I let my guard down after we had closed the case. We ended up being attacked by the remainder of the mercenaries.
They came back for revenge.
My superior was injured while protecting me, and we struggled to gain control of the situation. I've become more vigilant ever since.
I like the starry
Staying
sky
alert
behind him
even
in the
while I
desert
sleep.
here.
Whoa,
Yeah, I can
who could've
see.
seen that coming?
I can see how an
Was he
experience
okay?
like that,
He survived with a fractured wrist.
experience like that
It took
changes
2
the way
months
you
for
do
him
your
to
job.
recover. But luckily, there weren't any further complications. Last year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons, and no longer participates in live missions. His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra. You'll have
Okay.
the chance to meet him someday.
Maybe we'll meet him during this quest.
Anyway, our mission will be dangerous.
Thanks for telling us about him.
I'm
Thanks
already
for telling
used
us
to
about
such grueling
that
conditions,
story.
but I don't want to see
Yeah,
you
and
two
I can
get
definitely
hurt.
see some things change your perspective like that.
We'll see danger coming a mile away.
Yeah, we've also experienced a lot of sticky situations.
Good. Don't worry. It won't be long till we're at the bottom of this.
Yeah.
And once this is all over, I'll sweep away any other hidden dangers.
Yeah, that's right. Is that where we're going? Yes, that's where we're going. Chain of interest. Go to the desert auction site. Hang on. After years and years and years, I finally managed to unleash 5 elemental bursts in 15 seconds. We did it, team! And we couldn't have done it without Cyno's help. Alright, thank you, Cyno. Man, it just seems like not long ago where we just only knew Cyno from the Tevat storyline preview where he showed up there, and now he's like a character we can play as in the game, and he's physically standing there like with us, and we're investigating stuff with him. This is awesome. Give me the fruit. The fruit! There you go. Berry. Yay, alright. Lower. This does not look like much of an auction site, but I guess hidden in plain sight is the best way to go. It's daytime now. Well, it's nighttime just now, so it shouldn't be that hot yet. Maybe I should take a
We
break.
still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer.
Yeah, it looks like we have quite a ways to go. We're just in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, but don't you feel hot too, Cyno?
He's actually a
Of
lot
course,
better
but I'm
dressed
accustomed
for
to
the
these
desert weather
conditions.
than we are, which is really saying something. Neither of us will be good in Dragonspine or Snezhnaya, though,
Care to share any tips?
because
Paimon's
we're
about
not
to
even
melt
wearing very
away.
much to protect us from the cold.
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind.
And drink
The moment
water.
you start to give in is
Drink
when you feel
water.
more
Drink
tired.
lots of water. Even in the
one step
character
after
teaser,
another.
Cyno drank water when he was going in the
Don't let
desert.
your
Always
mind
drink water.
perceive your body's limitations. We must get somewhere safe before we can relax.
Okay, if you say so. But where would be a more safe place to rest? Paimon thinks this is a perfectly safe place.
I
to
disagree with him. We're in the
Just
middle
look
of nowhere.
around.
We're
It's
so
a
exposed
desert.
in the open.
There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa! Where did these scorpions come from?
Watch
Paimon.
out. Something's not right about them.
Uh-oh. What do you mean something's not right about them? Okay.
By royal decree.
Well, now they're gone. Okay. I didn't get much of a chance to look, but do tell what was the problem here.
Well, Paimon really didn't expect to see those here.
That's just you're not observing, Paimon.
Those weren't just normal scorpions.
No?
See, there are marked numbers on their pincers.
Oh.
They were raised by someone.
Someone sent them to stall us. So you mean...
Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent
Okay,
to
but
keep
that's
us
bad,
away.
because now they know we're coming,
We are
right?
surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out here, nobody would ever know.
Okay.
This is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Yeah, good thing you took Cyno's
Something's not
advice.
right. There are no roads in the desert, so how could they know where we are?
Why are you looking at me?
Stay still.
Uh-oh. A tracking device?
Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharwar. They can use this to discern your approximate location. But this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it? Could
Well, I'm
someone from
so
the
sorry
Ksharwar
that...
also be involved?
And also, now we have to think back. Which of the
Doesn't
people do we
seem
meet
right.
plant this on us?
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed! Why would it be on him?
They
Yeah.
probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even notice.
It was a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, Cyno. Now let's get rid of it.
Yeah, how did you do that? Other than just having that instinct to know.
No. Hold on to it for now.
Oh, true.
It might
We
still
could
be useful
plant
for
it
us.
somewhere and trick them
Let's
to
keep
send all
heading
the
to the
scorpions to
auction.
this random spot in the middle of
It would
nowhere.
be dangerous to linger here any longer.
That would be a good plan. They don't know that we know about it, so. Okay. Well, hello there, you poor little scorpion. It's not your fault.
Time to go.
Oh. I saw the flower and I thought, I bet something's gonna happen in the shop here, and then it didn't, and then it did. And I burned them all. I burned all the mushrooms. Except for that one.
How many of them are there?
A lot. Thankfully they are no match for my Kazuha. Alright, let's go. Go all the way to this. Okay, this looks more like an auction now. There's no way here, but this looks more like a place you'd set up. Okay, there's Divine Knowledge Capital. So, if they know we're coming, though, that's not necessarily a good thing, right? Now they're expecting us to be here.
Weird. Is this where the auction is?
Did they abandon it already? There's no one here.
Yeah. Not a single soul. Maybe they're
That's
on
definitely like a
getaway
trap
now
or something.
something.
No,
They
come
didn't
on.
waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to give any warning of our arrival.
Unless they have, like, walkie-talkies. Are they
Even
walkie-talkies?
so, they still knew we were coming. Someone here must have been watching the tracker and warned everyone to clear
They
out.
left all their products behind.
Aw, what should we do now?
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly.
Yeah, there's
There
still
might
some
still
right
be
here.
something left for us to
Yeah,
find.
they left so much of their
Alright,
products
let's
behind.
take a good look around the area.
The evidence. They didn't really cover up much as they made their escape. Okay. Ordinary canned knowledge seems to have nothing to do with the Court of Desolation. Okay. This is footprints. The scattered footprints have not been completely buried by the wind and sand, but it's impossible to speculate on the direction of the merchant's escape. Okay. Hello, Sumpter Beast. Oh, this one's so cute. Look at his little face. Look at their cute little faces. Like the big eyes. They're like little Ajdahas. They're like little, Also, that vulture's like staring at us from the back there. Oh, just look at them though. You can see water. The Sumpter Beast is drinking water leisurely and seems to be completely unaffected. That's good. At least it's not been harmed. Okay, what else is there? What is this stuff? A large amount of canned knowledge has been piled up here, enough to fetch an extremely large amount of more at market price. Okay.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing in particular.
Only some average-looking knowledge capsules. I guess we used our elemental sight on them or something.
It's possible there weren't many knowledge capsules containing info about the Court of Desolation, so they carried those off.
Okay.
But don't worry. I have another idea. You two start heading back the way we came.
Oh yeah, because we have the tracking device, right? So we can make it
Come back
look
and meet
like
me here after some time has passed.
we
I'm
can
sure something will come
we
up
can
by
make
then.
it look like, oh, there's nothing here. We're just gonna go back home now.
They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods.
Yeah.
They won't just leave them here. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes
Yeah.
far enough from here.
Assuming they're
to
not
make them
listening to
assume
us
that
right
it's
now and
safe
they
to
know
come
that we know
back.
about the tracker.
Oh, Paimon gets it. We'll lure them out because they'll think we've
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start heading away and leave this place to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And don't worry. If they dare to return, I'll make sure they stay.
He'll make sure they stay. Alright. Let's go, Cyno. Leave the auction with the tracker. Hello.
There's no time to lose. Leave as soon as
Okay.
you're ready.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Sumpter Beast. I guess Cyno will be here to keep the Sumpter Beast company, and the Sumpter Beast will be here to keep Cyno company, right? Okay. Where are we going? Okay, am I gonna walk? I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk like I'm supposed to. Am I actually supposed to? I don't know. I just feel like teleporting would be out of the spirit of, oh, we're trying to lure them away by letting them see that the tracking device is moving away from where they thought it was. If we teleport them, they're like, huh? What was that? You just jumped from there here to there. That doesn't make any sense. They must be messing with the tracking device somehow. And it's literally not. We're just literally just teleporting. However, I feel like we don't want to tip them off that we know about the tracking device. Which means I'm going to have to walk back to our village on foot / glider. Glider is good. Where is... I want to know where this, like, domain is. I think it's underground, of course, but, like, where? Hello! This Sumpter Beast does not have any gear on it. That means it is completely free. Hello, Sumpter Beast. Look at it. Aww. These things are so cute. It's like, I don't know. I feel like there's something else that had cute, like, Sumpter Beasts like this that I saw, like Star Wars or something. Aww. Maybe lots of pets. I will not hurt you by accident. Aww, hello, Sumpter Beast. So cute. And look, they gave them such like realistic looking animations. So these are not even like real creatures, but the way they just like shudder their bodies, it's like there's a Sumpter Beast right there. Right before your eyes. Alright, let's No, this is all just part of our act, right? They will just... Okay, hang on. We can use the mushrooms. We can swirl the mushrooms to break this thorny bush. It's not only I... Come on. Set me on fire. Or something. I don't know. Thank you. There you go. That's what I want. Now this is all part of our act, right? Now they're gonna think, oh, they're distracted looking at Sumpter Beasts. That's good. That means they've completely forgotten about us, and we can come back now. Come on. There you go. Whatever it takes. Oh, hello, more mushroom friends. Also, the place we're supposed to go is probably up on the top of the hill. Get here so I can swirl. I like animal characters. In case that's not obvious. I'm glad I will... Now I will finally be able to add another animal character. More animal characters to my collection of animal. Because let the wind lead, right? Okay, this is not working. This is the cavern. We can't climb up this. Okie dokie. Well. Oops.
Time to go.
Time to go. Yeah, I'm excited to pull for the Wanderer soon. It's not gonna be too long from now. Then we can have more animal. Give me the fruit. Henna berries. Yay, alright. So I noticed also, you know what, the Dendro Sommertrills and like the Dendro Slimes and stuff, I noticed I don't think they do Dendro damage, even though now they've added Dendro damage. That's really weird. I thought when they added Dendro damage that those things do Dendro damage instead of like physical. Give me the crystal boy. Yay, alright. This is the way we're gonna go. The desert sky is actually really pretty because it's like all these different shades that you don't see in places with light pollution. Although, is there light pollution in Javan? I don't know if they have enough lights for that. I'm sorry, this scorpion has done nothing wrong, but we're gonna still remove it from our sight anyway. Because apparently that's what we do here. Okay, I feel like am I getting closer to it? I don't know. Yeah, I think we're getting closer. Lower? Okay, but not that much lower, right? Like, not down in the cave. Hello, vultures. You do not notice me. I am not here. They actually don't notice me. Perfect. Okay, never mind. I take that back. Well, we saw this. You still don't see us. We're not here. We're not here. Where are we going? Perfect. Alright, cool. Back to our village we go. This is where we met Cyno, remember?
So tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yay. Let's rest for a little while before we go back to find Cyno.
Mm-hmm. And we walked all the way back. We sit and rest for a while nearby.
It's probably about time for us to head back to the auction.
Yeah.
Let's go. Maybe Cyno's finally found some leads.
Should we abandon the tracking device now? I feel like we should leave the tracking device here. Great. Shoot, you know what? We're just teleporting. I can't walk all the way back. That was quite a lot of stuff we did. Look at that swirly swirl over there. That's so cool. Aww. There's all these Russian friends accompanying the ruin guard that's out of battery. Ever since the lore about the ruin guard and how they're from Conria and they're sad and they just go to these places so that way they perhaps they resonate with like other ancient civilizations that have passed. And you see this ruin guard looking here at the civilization of King Deshret. Oh, that's so sad.
Time to go.
Alright, let's see if there's any progress here or if Cyno has been captured by the bad guys. I highly doubt Cyno cannot be captured by the bad guys. It's literally impossible. Okay. But he is talking with one.
Oh, looks like Cyno caught someone.
Yeah, I hope that's what's happening.
So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? All right, tip him on everything you know.
Or maybe he's just a regular guy. Who knows? Does he even perform on the auction?
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead.
Okay.
He is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Cyno. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
Hmm.
Greedy? What do you mean
He
by
came back
that?
to get all the goods.
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once.
Yeah.
Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know,
Yeah,
free
well,
merchandise is
so
good
I'm
business,
sure
but
that worked out well for you, didn't it?
I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or do I need to make you talk?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere?
Sure.
If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my
Okay, as
family
long as you're
in
not leading
danger.
us into a further
Alright.
trap.
Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru village? It should be safe there.
Then, okay.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, traveler.
I feel like I should have thrown it away a little earlier, but sure.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us.
Yeah.
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Cyno's watch?
No.
Seriously, what can I even do?
Yeah, you definitely sound like someone who has given up and you're cutting your losses for the sake of... Alright, things are already going pretty bad. I don't need them to, like... do anything to my family or anything. I will just give in and tell you so we can just keep everything. Without going too any worse than it is now. Alright, hello.
Dad, you're back.
Hello. How's it going?
We have guests. Hi there.
Hi.
This is my daughter, Simin. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Cyno in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
You don't know who we are? You don't know I am the first sage of Buer? I defeated
honest,
the false god
Cyno, the
on
lone
behalf
operator,
of the
working
god of
with any
wisdom.
partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Yeah, why is that? I didn't expect him to say that
From
too.
the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits, every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people.
Okay, so this is a huge
Massive
scheme.
profits
Well, we'll
that
just
brought
have
everyone
to
together in this
uncover the
business.
entire
Everyone will try their best
the
to defend
entire
this
canon
industry that
knowledge
we've worked
ring.
to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, Cyno. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse. Why are you so bent on putting us out of business?
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a very Cyno answer.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Oh, thank you. Everyone has their reasons for what they do.
Right. I forgot to
I can
offer
definitely
tea to
tell
our
this guy
guests.
probably does what he does
Thank you.
to make ends meet for his family.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little
Oh,
tastier.
thank you. I appreciate that.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much for the
Didn't
tea.
you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I was hoping to ask you for a favor.
Okay.
My daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs.
Oh, I see.
Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time.
Yeah.
She has to take lots of medicine,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't come
Yeah, I
cheap.
could definitely tell this
As
guy
for
is
me,
not doing it just for the money.
I
He's
was
doing it
just
for his
an average
family.
merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. But the Mora was still nowhere near enough. I could only watch my daughter's health deteriorate day by day.
Aww.
Until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
Selling canned knowledge.
That's right. With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better.
I see.
There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Cyno.
Yeah.
Give us a way to survive.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
Yeah, this such thought actually occurred to me since the beginning when we were talking about the smuggling of canned knowledge, which is that in this case, like, the smuggling of canned knowledge is, well, it does have canned knowledge does have negative side effects. It is kind of an arbitrary thing that the academia has like sanctioned off that said like you shouldn't sell this, and in a lot of these cases, you can't just solve it by completely cutting off the sources. That's why they start with, like, I don't want to name certain things, but they start off with, like, say, decriminalization first, and then you slowly ease your way out of having to need this product to be in circulation. And so that's what I really was thinking. Like, you can't, like, cut off the supply of canned knowledge right away, because it's going to have negative effects on the people buying it and the people selling it. Only a select few are really the people with, like, malicious intentions and getting really rich. The majority of people involved in this are going to suffer. And do you want to really do that to, like, yeah, it's not a good trade, but there's only the higher ups are really, doing anything evil with it. It's everyone else that relies on it is going to have to find another way, and if so, then we should just cut off the supply chain of this outright. It's a very complicated issue because you're dealing with something that is criminalized. However, that's why there's so much debate about these things sometimes, where it's like you need to make sure you don't leave these people more desperate than they already are, because that might lead them to do even more drastic things that are even worse than what they're doing now, if you know what I mean. The real thing we need to do is stop the source, stop the higher ups who are basically profiting and making money off of everybody else's suffering and desperation to get involved in a lucrative trade. Yeah, that's what I have to say. You need to stop that.
I must get
to the source,
truth.
so you don't
I can find someone to help treat your child,
hurt
but I cannot
everybody
turn a
at the
blind eye to
bottom
the
who's just
smuggling.
doing it only so they can
These are two
see the next
completely
day.
different issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help my daughter is enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home. You'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Okay, what's back here?
Whoa,
What's the purple one?
look at all of this.
So I know, like, red is like the
Yes.
forbidden knowledge,
All
yellow is
neatly
like divine
packed away
knowledge,
and
like actual
organized
divine
in
knowledge.
boxes.
Green is regular. What is the
To
purple ones?
think that this is only one dealer's worth. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the academia have a hand in this?
Maybe.
But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Hmm.
Huh? Look, these seem different from the other knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They look a primo gem colored. Not primo. Yeah, they do look primo gem colored. They look like intertwined
Yes,
fates.
that would make sense. Wait, what's this?
Some sort of marking we've never seen before.
Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed
Oh.
Matra inspection.
So, is there a mole in
I
the
started to
academia?
suspect that someone in the
Yeah.
academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. But how they could ship so much canned knowledge out of the academia was still a mystery. The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, goods can leave the academia without undergoing a second inspection.
That would be a big problem then.
No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe.
It could be some sort of misunderstanding.
Could I ask you for a favor,
Yeah,
Traveler?
what's up?
Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation originated from research files stored within the
That would make
academia.
sense, considering the
If we
academia is the
can
one
enter the
covering up the
repository.
Court of Desolation.
We can find out who accessed these files.
Alright.
But considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now,
Uh-huh.
it
Right.
will only
Because
draw
you're technically,
unnecessary attention.
not even around.
You'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Okay,
Sure thing. Leave it to us.
perfect. We can do that.
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia, It's obvious that they also have power.
Yeah, it's a
outside of it.
huge, like,
We can get more information
smuggling
on other
ring.
dealers from Baja.
There's lots of people involved in
I'll stay
this.
here and make some preparations. You can come find me anytime if you uncover more info.
Sounds good. We are doing some real detective work here. Alright, hello.
If you start sniffing around the academia, it won't be long before people catch on to you.
Yeah, well, we've already had
Once
our
word
issues
gets
with
out,
that.
they'll soon be after my daughter and I.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that.
Don't worry. I'll find them before things escalate that far.
Yeah, you can trust
But if
Cyno.
you still feel uneasy, then why don't you tell me about anyone else you know who was involved? The more information I have, the safer you will be.
All right.
You just want to take our word for it. Thank you for trusting us. Yeah, Cyno's introduction letter. Alright, let us go to the academia. Yeah, that's the thing about these Genshin Impact story quests. They always seem to touch on really delicate issues to talk about. Like, here we're talking about, like, how do we just... This is what's going on is illegal, but the people at the bottom rung who are doing it mostly aren't doing it for bad reasons. They're just doing it to survive.
Hello, we meet again.
How do we deal with
Have you managed to find?
Oh, so
Cyno?
this guy's a macho. What if he's
so,
the bad guy?
How's he doing?
But what we have to do is we have to
I
stop
read
the problem
letter
from the
and
source.
must
So
admit that
and
I
find
hadn't expected
a
things to be
way
so
to
serious. Sorry. Had I known it would be so dangerous, I
help
never would've
everybody
gotten
else
you two
who's
involved.
not doing it for like
wanted to help Cyno too.
purely bad reasons.
I can tell that he really trusts you.
Why is Aether's earring
The research
black?
files stored away in the
That's
restricted
weird.
repository
Why is it?
are
Yeah,
far
why is
from
it
ordinary.
black? It's supposed to be green, right? From
Everything
the
there is
dendro.
essentially about dangerous
Hmm.
research that's forbidden by the academia. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter, but with this letter from Cyno, it shouldn't be a problem.
What if I feel like what if Nabil is the bad guy? I'm so sorry for getting you involved. But what he's actually saying is, damn it, I shouldn't have gotten you involved, otherwise you wouldn't have come back here to me.
That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research.
Yeah.
They encourage scholars to conduct all kinds of studies. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. Normally, after some particular research becomes prohibited, the majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is kept in the restricted repository, which is heavily guarded.
What if
Follow me.
he's now using this to get
Hopefully
even
we'll find
more
the answers that
restricted
Cyno's looking
information
for.
from us by tricking us?
Repository. Sounds kinda dangerous.
Yeah.
We'd better keep
Yeah,
an eye
Ether, he
out.
doesn't have like any of the it's all dark. He doesn't have any of like the elemental colors. Weird. But yeah, it's this whole thing, it points to like this is the kind of thing that points to the bigger like systemic issues about people becoming so desperate they have to turn to criminal work in order to be able to make ends meet. We have to be able to improve the system so that way that people don't want to be so desperate that they have to go into like the illegal trade just to be able to pay for their daughter's medication, right? All right, this does not seem like a good idea at all what we're doing. I don't know. I feel like we're walking right into the trap.
Okay, I understand. Since Cyno is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you.
Mm-hmm.
You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions. But I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
The less you know, the better. That should be the academia's motto during the time they had Kusanali imprisoned and just deposited information to people's brains with the Akasha and all that. The less you know, the better.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
Do you also know Cyno Utaiba?
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Cyno happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files
Interesting.
are over there. Just make it quick.
Yep. Also, Nabil seems very hyped to be in this place. I'm just saying. I don't trust
We have an
him.
alarm set behind the bookshelf for security purposes. Be careful not to
All
bump
right.
it when you're taking out the
I hope it
files.
works. Okay, what is this? Alright, reading. Despite repeated prohibitions, research on the Court of Desolation in the past decade has increased without ceasing. Researchers who study the history of the Court of Desolation mainly go through 3 stages: discovery, investigation, and fanaticism. The earliest stage of research is the relatively basic discovery phase, which causes little to no harm. The results of their discoveries will show that the treasures related to life and death may be hidden within the Court of Desolation. This is also where the movement of bringing the dead back to life may begin. Following the initial phase is the prolonged investigation phase. All documentation regarding the location of the Court of Desolation has been vague at best. As a result, the structure itself has never been truly discovered. Many researchers deplete their research searching in the desert, only to find a scant few remaining stone tablets with the words, "Entering the Court of Desolation comes at the price of one's life." 2 different interpretations of the line have quickly emerged as a result. Some believe that the price of one's life is the key to entering the Court of Desolation, while others assert it's the requirement for the court to appear. Because the Court of Desolation has never been discovered, the latter view gradually became mainstream. Right, because either way, it sounds like you're going to probably die. As a result, many researchers went in a short period of time. Overtaken by their fervent desire to make the Court of Desolation appear, they attempted to sacrifice their lives. Relevant research became increasingly dangerous and was eventually banned. But even after that, many academia scholars secretly continued their research. It was not until 7 scholars, including Murtada Radkani, were arrested that the research into the Court of Desolation entered a period of stagnation once more. Okay, what's the 3rd stage, though? Fanaticism. Okay, hang on.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet?
Murtada Radkani. The researcher's name sounds familiar. It does. Is that the guy that Cyno was talking about, who was like his superior?
Huh. It reminds Paimon of Cyno's former partner.
Yeah.
His former partner. That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off.
Oh.
Murtada Radkani was Taj's only son.
I see.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
Yeah, didn't you know
It's
this?
just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Cyno didn't know about it.
Is there any way we could meet Murtada?
No. Unfortunately, there isn't.
Oh.
He took his own life not long after he went to prison.
Oh.
You've heard about Taj, right? I know
I'm
Nabil
sad that
has.
happened.
Every Matra knows him.
Mm-hmm.
I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements.
But maybe he
His
became a
reputation goes
fanatic
back a
after
long
his
way
son
now.
died and is
He used to be
going to try
Cyno's
and
only
continue that
partner.
research.
Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the 2 of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Cyno mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Murtada
Yeah, that's
incident.
what I'm thinking.
Taj was already very well known by the time Murtada was born. So when Murtada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Murtada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He
Oh,
begged for
that must
leniency, but
you know what? That's
wouldn't
actually
agree.
sounds really painful. When you're,
Shortly
it's
after,
even worse when you feel
Murtada
like you've
slit
been
his own
betrayed by
throat with the
somebody.
pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj
And
arrived at the scene,
somebody
it was already
that
too late.
You
He never had a
trusted,
last chance to see
even
his
if it's
son.
not even a betrayal. If you
Since
feel
then,
like
Taj
you've
has
been hurt by
periodically
somebody that
coming to the
is
repository.
supposed to protect you.
He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had
Dark
no
here
idea
now.
that happened. That must be really hard.
Yeah,
for
what if
Taj.
Taj is trying to continue
I've
on
never
his
heard him
son's work
mention
though
that to
because he
anyone.
feels remorseful and has a lot of regrets.
That's awful.
Has a lot of regrets about the way things ended.
Are you okay, traveler?
Like he probably feels responsible for his son's death and is now become a fanaticism, right? Trying to complete his work.
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
Well, never is a very long
But if you
time.
claim that the canned knowledge was originating
I still
from the
don't
academia,
trust Nabil, but
Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about
yeah,
the
but
Court
it
of
seems like
Desolation.
Nabil's never been in here before,
There's so
so
many files about
it
those
couldn't have
ruins
been
that it would be
him who's
difficult
been
to
here
restart
before.
any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life
Yeah.
and death.
Oh my gosh, you're
Or
right.
even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada
Yes.
back.
Yes,
Though I don't
exactly.
really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and
Right.
track down
I get
criminals.
that.
If you have
However,
any
when you go
questions,
through something that's very like
if not,
emotionally distressing,
it'd be best if you would leave now.
sometimes you start forgetting the principles and rules that you've adhered to
What should we
and
do
start
from
to just
here?
rely purely on what your emotions are telling you. And that's completely human, that's completely understandable. However, if his emotions are telling him he has too many regrets about the way things ended between him and his son, and he never got a chance to fix things, to make things better, well, you might start acting on those emotions and might start doing drastic things that try to bring the dead back to life, you know?
Oh, now that I think about it, Cyno suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right?
I don't know, I still don't
No
trust
way so many
Nabil, but
boxes
maybe
could
he's
ever get
fine.
through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find.
Okay.
Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then.
Let's go ask around. Yeah. Oh, these stories are always like so multi-layered. First, there's the whole thing about the. Hang on, we should probably. Okay, that's the Core of Desolations. We should probably read these. But yeah, first it's the whole thing about the illegal canned knowledge trade and how the poor are basically using that to survive and be able to make enough money. And then there's this whole thing about the Court of Desolation being the actual knowledge being smuggled. And... okay. Mechanical life forms. Mechanical life forms? Is that referring to a researcher who was expelled from the... Is that referring to Il Dottore? And in terms of mechanical life forms, you know, we have Scaramouche, we have Red and Shogun Puppet, you know, those things exist. But maybe they're not meant to be existed by humans. Records of an account of a Haravatat researcher being sentenced to prison for deciphering forbidden documents. Wow, there are some gems in here, aren't there? Incredible. Do we get to come in here whenever we want now, or are we permanently locked out of the Forbidden Library? I think we're probably locked out. All returns to silence.
Time to go.
But yeah, the story is just so complex. I love it. And it really makes... It's the kind of stuff it forces you to think. Which really was the problem with the academia before, right? The Akasha, the canned knowledge. They're making it too easy for people to just not think. But the thing about the writing of this game, it really forces you to think. You know, you really have to think about all of these issues and the different perspectives of how they affect you and like relate them back to like what can you imagine this principle would be useful for thinking about in real life, you know. Anyway, cool. Let's look at this.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia
Suspiciously large amounts of
each day.
goods.
Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right,
But
but
we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the
yeah,
goods
I guess
have any
all the people
seals or
standing
not.
around here are probably not paying
Maybe
attention
you
to
should
that.
ask someone else.
All right. Hello, have you seen large amounts of goods?
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Well, you were very quick to say that after the previous person said, "Oh, that happens all the time." Interesting. Where are we going? Lower? Lower. How about you? Not you? How about you? Hello.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
We're investigating.
Just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something.
Oh, do tell.
There's a Kasharawar researcher who's been making frequent shipments
Yes,
recently.
Kasharawar.
Doesn't
That means
alarm
they're the
boxes,
ones who could have
not
made the
more.
tracking device, right?
When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kasharawar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many
outdated machines to get out of the academia, huh?
Find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother?
True.
Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened?
Okay, what happened?
A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone.
Oh, okay, so we do have some confirmation.
There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way.
Just calm down, Nabil. We will talk about this after. Thank you very much for your information, sir.
No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
Sure. Whatever it takes to get the point across. That there does seem to be something suspicious going on here.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj.
Yeah, he's off the grid, right?
A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it."
Uh-oh, found it? You found it, huh?
Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire.
Ooh, he changed into Eremite attire.
Today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned.
He's going
about the
to
whole
a
thing.
costume party.
If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
Okay.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
Yeah.
No way. Taj is just like Cyno. They're considered.
Okay,
heroes among the
Nabil, we're gonna go talk to him ourselves, and then you can decide. But I know it's like when you've viewed a person a certain way, and suddenly you learn something about them that completely changes it. You don't like that feeling.
Fine.
But
Looks like there's
you
no
have
other
to
choice.
accept that we have to at least investigate him.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet.
Mhm.
We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Like I totally understand you're not accepting it, but we're gonna have to take a look for ourselves. We're gonna have to see what's going on. Let's go. All these houses here. Hello. Knock knock. We are here to ask you some questions.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
No. Okay.
The door's
I mean, if the door is unlocked, that doesn't necessarily mean we should go in.
Well, anyway,
We don't have a search warrant.
Sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission.
Yeah, but we have to do this in order to clear his name. There we go. We can tell Nobile this way.
You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind.
Search around. Okay, what did we find?
What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes, this is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling
Yeah,
case
it's
is
a
absolutely
huge smuggling
massive.
ring.
The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants,
Yeah,
mercenaries.
it's a big deal.
I have a feeling that Cyno might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
Regardless of whether he knows or not, Cyno's still gonna do the same thing. He's not gonna back down.
You're right. That's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Cyno and let him decide how to proceed.
Okay. Alright. Seems simple enough. I can memorize that.
If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak.
But like I said, it's only...
I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well.
It's only
Cyno will know
human
what to
to
do.
want to give in to those emotions and those instincts to do something when something tragic has happened.
All right, we'll get
Oh,
these
little birdie!
and see. Let's go.
Oh, little bird, little bird. Oh, wow. Oh, goodbye. All returns to silence. Did you just mark it on the map? Can I just go there? It's... What happens if I go there first? If I don't, can I just, I don't want to abandon Cyno, but I just want to see, can I abandon Cyno? Because it's like, it's just like right over here, right? Let's see. Who knows? If nothing else, we can just teleport back and go grab Cyno. Right? But maybe we can, you know, get a little ahead of ourselves here. Look at that cool, like, in the ground temple. Wow. There's so many cool places to just jump off and glide here in the desert. There's so much to see. Like, look at the formation, the rock formations. You can see, like, the way the rocks have been eroded. You see, like, the different layering of, like, all, like, the sediments. It's like the Grand Canyon. It's, like, so many different places in the world where they have, like, beautiful rock formations. I love it here. Okay. We're a little bit off course. That's okay. Let's see if we can do something. This is not... Okay, the stamina is not doing very well, but it's okay. Okay. Let me go in. Wow. So cool. Look at this place. Okay, it appears we cannot go in here without Cyno. Hang on. Oh, just like, where is my... Yes, let's just put one of these here so I don't need to walk all the way back here. Alright. It seems that the game does not want us to abandon Cyno, so we will go and not abandon Cyno. And check out the Court of Desolation ourselves. Here we go. Whoops. Hello. We've made some progress. We'll tell you everything. We tell Cyno everything. Everything that's happened.
Well, Cyno, what do you make of it?
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
But people
he's
change
a straight-laced
sometimes.
Man.
And
Although he
something
would
really
resort
did
to
like that
extreme
really did
measures from
happen.
time to time.
Like
He
what
would
happened
never
to his
do
son
anything
and
against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one
Yeah.
behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change.
Yeah. Let me say, I'm not sure.
Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's not the only one. This is a big smuggling ring that's been involved here. A lot of researchers. So it's not entirely him. There's definitely some people, got to be other people who got involved because of their own reasons too. But yeah. We have to see him for ourselves before we make any decisions of what to think. We can't just have prejudice.
That's right.
Based on what we know without
It's
having met
clear
him.
that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go. Let's go. Thankfully, time is ticking, but we're not gonna waste any time because I've already been there. Enter the Court of Desolation. Whoa, okay. Who do I want to bring? Well, this team's pretty good. Get Nilu. Then we have a water person.
Where are we dancing today?
Oh, now we don't have Electro. Okay, well, that's okay. Let's just go. We'll have Electro because we'll have Cyno with us, right? Cyno will join us, hopefully. Yay! We get to play as Cyno again!
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh,
I am nervous.
kinda
I am nervous too, Paimon.
dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Oh, thank you, Cyno. I do feel safer with you.
Commit to memory. Positions.
Oh, I get to listen to some desert battle music again. Perfect. Goodbye. The ancient technology from King Destrat's civilization seems very different. It's very different from the technology that Kanriad has. It almost seems a little bit more like digitalized. Like even more advanced.
Seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Hello. Oh no. What are you doing?
Whoa. Is it just Paimon?
No, I saw that too.
Rotate. It's not gonna start moving again, is it?
Oh, okay. It's one of these. Oh, I love puzzles, but the spinning puzzles are a little bit disorienting. Surrender. Treasure. No space and artifact. Okay, who wants their artifacts to be leveled up? I guess Nahida. Nahida. Yes, your Dendro Goblet. But I don't know. I don't want to unequip it. I want to enhance it. There you go. Come on. Give me... What do I want from this? Attack? Elemental Mastery? Crit damage? All these are good. Just don't give me... Okay, Elemental Mastery is good. Don't give me defense. And the rest of them I'm okay. Now my Nahida will be even stronger. Alright, I'm okay with that. Cool. Now we can collect treasure with no reservations. What's in here? What is that? That purple glowy thing. Like, that's some kind of lighting? Oh, purple and glowy here. Oh, staircases that are all over the desert. Oh my gosh, this is very slightly disorienting. It's so cool though. I hope so too. Come on.
That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps.
Yeah.
You go first.
It is a little it is a little scary, not gonna. Well, you know, ever since Kazuha's Domain in the Summer Fantasia event, oh, the button was there. Hang on. They have loved these spinny puzzles a lot, and they're really cool. But it's also a little bit disorienting to look at. Okay, lots of purple energy though. I was actually wondering if they would address this in Cyno story quest, the thick part, which is during chapter 4, King Destra and the 3 Magi. Oh, there we go. We saw like the priest, Kasala, looked kind of similar to Cyno in that the same kind of like Anubis looking like jackal outfit. I wonder if that was going to be addressed, because Cyno kind of looked back at the shrine at the end there, and then Paimon's like, "Come on, Cyno!" And then he's like, "Stop yelling!" But I was wondering what he was thinking about there.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Come on. Cyno!
Tough crowd.
Okay, I don't need to use his burst yet. We don't need to use his burst yet. We will hold on to it until the big fights happen, which I'm sure will be the case. What is this? Okay. Let's go see what's over here. Is that him? Is that Taj? He is wearing Eremite clothing. Yeah, okay, so that purple stuff is just their lighting. That's really cool.
Taj.
But also kind of weird. How does that produce light? It doesn't really produce that much light.
Cyno. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right.
Oh, maybe that's why the mercenaries thought that Cyno always works alone, because Taj told them that he works alone, because they're not partners anymore.
Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
No, yeah. It's not that simple.
Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later.
It's not that simple.
When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them.
Cyno's not like that at all, but maybe... Who knows? Taj might have been like more like Cyno when he was younger.
I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew
more
older,
dedicated to
I found myself
executing justice than
miserable.
Protecting your son.
Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to
That's
prison
quite a
by my
thought.
own
That's
hands.
quite a.
I set myself on this painful
That's
path.
quite a way of
My son
being
hated
forced
me
to see the world.
to the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him.
Mm-hmm.
The Court of Desolation.
Hmm.
Here lies the key to overcoming
You know,
life
maybe
and
you
death.
should. In the Hades story quest, we met a whole bunch of
bring the
people who are
dead
using
back
dreams
to
to
life.
meet up with their lost loved ones
So,
and make things right in their
Did
dreams.
you already find what you
So
needed here?
maybe he should go join them.
See this
It
door
might be
behind me?
easier than
Behind it lies the
doing
treasures
a
that I seek.
resurrection.
I'm
So
so close, Cyno.
it wouldn't be
If
that,
only you hadn't arrived
though you
now,
wouldn't get to
I
have
could
the
already have-
satisfaction of bringing him back in reality. It would only be in a dream that in the back of your mind you know isn't real. So I can see why.
Enough conjecture.
And also,
What has
dreams were not a
happened is already
thing
part of the
when they
past.
released this story quest.
You
People in
cannot
Sumeria
bring
did
the
not
dead
dream.
back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door.
This is kind of like
There will be
in
dire
Shang-Chi,
consequences
The
the
Legend of the
moment you
Ten
open
Rings.
it.
You should not open
as
the
an
door
old
even if you think
Can you
you
let
can
me
bring back your
fulfill my
loved
last
ones
wish
by
just this
opening the
once?
door.
Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
Yeah.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles,
Yeah.
then that is the path.
But Cyno does not execute justice blindly. He always looks for all the evidence before he makes his judgment, and he doesn't do it on like blind principles. He always looks for what he believes to be true. That's sort of the difference between him and Taj. Taj just kind of went with, okay, we have to use Cyno only. Also, we're not using polearm. I'm sorry. We're just going to use claws instead. But yeah, Taj just sort of blindly went with the rules, even if that meant sacrificing his son.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power.
He just was sort of like, this is the law, I have to uphold the law, even if that means against my own family, and then ended up regretting it. Cyno wouldn't fall for the same thing because he doesn't do things just for the sake of the law. He does things for what he personally thinks is justice.
We have to stop this guy!
Okay.
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
Didn't the legend say sacrifice your life to open the Court of Desolation?
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list.
You're not selfish. You're doing this for somebody, after all.
Fool me.
So,
I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Huh? What do you mean, Cyno?
yeah, do explain.
He never
since you're
planned
following.
on opening the door. His true intention
Was
was
sacrificing his life so he could bring his son back?
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see
Yeah, a lot of these
his smiling
Sumeru
face
quests
again.
have to do with
That is
The
when I was
border between
approached
dreams
by
and
someone
reality
who wished
and
to
nightmares,
collaborate
right?
and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive
I
organization.
see. So there is somebody else that's heavily involved in this smuggling ring.
People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless more into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son
Wow,
back
this
puzzled my
plot has
heart.
so many layers
But
to
in
it.
the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost.
I see. So maybe it's a metaphorical Court of Desolation. It's not like the place itself
there will no longer be anyone
gives you knowledge about life and death, but the fact of the matter is, it's so hard to find. People are just throwing their lives at it blindly, just thinking that they might be able to get some sort of semblance of the myths and legends. You're gonna destroy the Court of Desolation.
That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any
Wow,
suspicion.
okay, so you kind of
This was the
played
only
us
way I could
and played
find
everybody else.
and destroy this place.
I see.
But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the
So you need people who can think independently of the
So-
academia.
You pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless.
Well, that's actually a really good plan, because the idea of him having changed his
You must leave
mind, Taj having changed his mind, it was actually not out of the cards because of what happened to him. So it was actually a really
His fate
believable
is
lie.
already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn.
To open the Court of Desolation, one must sacrifice their life.
You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Bye. Oh. It's not how I want the story to go, but I can tell he's already made his choice.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
Alright, Dad. Let's start over. By the way,
I finally
Cyno!
found an area of research I wish to pursue.
He took her hand.
Why can't you show even a little leniency?
Paimon! Oh.
Because we are Matra.
Oh. He has changed his mind a little, though. He does wish that as a Matra he hadn't been so blind and chosen basically the rules over his son.
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many.
Oh, look, my teleport waypoint
tragedy.
is still there.
Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end.
What about the organization? Well, we know Cyno's just gonna deal with it.
To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules, whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else. Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation.
Yeah. So it's still like we need to stop this smuggling ring at the source and find ways to improve life for the people, like that merchant who's just trying to pay for his daughter's medical treatment.
Thank you, but you've already done enough.
So make sure that
Just
things get better for them.
I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential
Yeah, you did.
danger.
Alright, thank you,
So,
Cyno.
That's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebob 4 days from now.
Caravan Rebob, okay. 4 days later, huh? Wow. My teleport waypoint's actually been buried. Okay. I guess this place is gone. Yeah. And I can tell though, I think there was no talking Taj out of that one. He made his choice and he planned everything out from the beginning and in the end. Wow, there are so many scorpions here. Everybody in the end, even though it wasn't what we thought, like he still hadn't really changed his morals or convictions that much, like in terms of being an honorable person. Something like that does inevitably have an effect on something in the end. And as you said, maybe if he's going to go and see Martada now, perhaps they will be able to speak again and, you know, they'll be able to reconcile once more. I can only hope. I mean, that's really what it is about, right? And having hope. When you can't meet somebody, you're not sure if you're going to meet somebody again. You can only hope that things will be different. Anyway, I don't want to overthink this right now. We're going to wait for 4 days and see what Cyno has to say. But, you know, I just always try to, you know, when the story is trying to teach us something, I want to learn the lesson it's trying to teach us. Like, for Taj, he's trying to, like, he learned to weigh which is more important to him, you know, his family or his job. And kind of regretted the choice he made. So now this is his way of freeing himself from that pain, but also making sure he's left behind enough in this world that shows that he's learned and wants to make a difference by stopping this entire aspect of the smuggling ring, although it seems like Cyno still has to clean up the mess, which is fine. It looks like Cyno is going to clean up the mess. All right, let's see. 4 days later. 4 days later was a lot. Okay, let's see.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Hello, Nabil.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Rebob, so I'm here to keep an eye on things.
Okay.
This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared.
What's the situation?
The last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end.
Oh, that's good.
At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Cyno crossed the desert and took out their main case.
As Cyno does, he will literally go to the ends of the earth to make sure that your sins weigh upon your soul, right?
On edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Radkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the academia and arrested all the researchers on.
Wow, you guys made a lot of progress in only 4 days.
The academia, but still failed
Good
to
for
escape.
you.
The scattered criminals were captured by Cyno all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border.
Can we go to Fontaine yet? No, we're gonna do that next year, I'm sure.
Has definitely shaken things up recently.
Is Cyno alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to Judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him.
I mean, Taj did have a point that if you just start arresting people, you know, it makes it people scared to be around Cyno. But Cyno's different. You know, Cyno really does think things through before he does it, and tries to stay aware of his own sense of justice, not just what he's been told is just.
And before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful
Who
too.
is the person that Nabil does not recognize?
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the academia
All right.
anytime. Farewell.
Farewell then. I am glad that you did not turn out to be evil. Who are you with?
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must be
He's here!
exhilarating. But I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I'm aware.
Hello, Tainari.
I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Murtada Radkani into becoming interested.
Oh yeah, there's just so many extra layers just being added to this.
Murtada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant. After Murtada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks.
Well, that actually makes things even worse.
Minds, treating lives like dirt.
Yeah.
And doing anything.
This is not even. So it's not even like simply like a personal interest kind of thing.
This makes me angry.
It's basically playing on his like.
This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants.
Using plants, okay.
Take some just in case you need them
But basically playing on the parts that are vulnerable to get their goals. That's so mean. It didn't. Like it seems like it didn't work out for them. Like Taj managed to destroy the Court of Desolation, but still. Tainari, hello.
Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you?
I should do Tainari's story quest next.
That's right. Cyno asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Seeming.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Cyno did hold up his end of the bargain there. Perfect.
He's fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember.
A little more lonely.
Cyno, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her.
Would you just highlight the entire page and then how do you know? If you highlight the entire page.
Happens that I have something she can help me with.
I can just imagine Tainari doing that.
You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely.
Oh, okay.
Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek out.
Well, if you're curious, you can put that curiosity towards studying and learning it for yourself.
On the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
Bye-bye, Tainari.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So
It's okay, even if they did, we can fend them off. I'm sure. Yeah, what about you?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward.
Yes.
I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change.
Mm-hmm.
And no belief can completely resist the
Yeah,
erosion
it's a little bit
of
like
time.
what the Raiden Shogun,
I
like
just hope
what A
my own change will
discovered
come
through
slowly,
her story quest.
so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors and my partner.
Sounds like a lot of work, but it sounds like very fulfilling work. I hope it will make you happy, Cyno.
I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now.
Oh, I can tell, for
There
sure.
are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them.
Yeah?
Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj. But I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of
Yeah,
Desolation.
that's probably a good idea.
One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Oh, next time on King of... Oh my gosh. I heard about there's like a new world quest. Cyno.
By the way, something strange happened a few days ago.
Uh-oh.
A merchant approached me and requested that
Oh
I
my
cover the cost
gosh,
of a
you won't... I
desert's
almost...
travel kit.
I almost...
1,250,000.
Wait, that's even more than we agreed to pay! Oh, did you we buy one for Cyno too?
Especially not that kind of amount. So I arrested the merchant
Okay.
on charges of provocation and disturbing the peace.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this?
No. Not at all.
Nope. Paimon has no idea what that could be.
Uh-oh. I sure hope Dory does not come after us to make sure we paid up. So I thought it was only 750,000, one for me and one for Paimon, but she charged us an extra 500,000 for one for Cyno as well. And Cyno didn't even know that we paid for this, that he was going to pay for this. Insanity. No, we don't know anything about this purchase, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately. It's good. We don't know anything about what this could possibly be. What is this? We gotta do this. I want to go back to Inazuma. How could this happen to me? I got writer's block. Traveler? Don't even mention the novel. Those researchers working on Genius Invocation TCG. Okay, according to a researcher I know quite well, the team encountered all kinds of problems that could only be described as baffling. For example, a Haravata researcher suddenly asked a question one day. He said that the effect descriptions on the cards are too long. It might discourage people who aren't used to reading long blocks of text from playing the game. This sounds exactly like my problem with Fire Emblem Heroes right now. Researchers are used to reading large chunks of text and aren't affected by this issue, but the long descriptions could very well turn potential players away. So this is just cutting the amount of text on the cards in half to make them easier to read. That definitely sounds like it's necessary. It's not a problem to me, but the researchers are still working hard on this issue. After all, it's about the player's experience, and the fewer problems, the better. Anyway, there's an even bigger problem. They promised to help me find models for my novel, too, but something went wrong with that. Remember, I told you earlier about a researcher who said they'd introduce me to Tainari and Cyno, and asked them to be inspirations for my novel. But they're so busy. I don't think I can count on them for a while. Okay, what will you do? The researcher who received me was not able to help me with this, but he gave me an idea. He said Cyno sometimes goes to Puspa Cafe to play cards. If I want, I could try my luck there. Or maybe they'll help me get in touch when they're free. Alright, are you gonna do that? By the time they're free, I'll have finished writing the novel. I guess I'll go myself and see if I can find Cyno. But I'm lucky enough to meet Cyno at the cafe. How should I even introduce myself to him? What a dilemma. Oh, I could help you with that. I know Cyno pretty well. Really? That's amazing. But how did you... you know what? I'm not going to pry further. Yeah, no, we have a lot of connections in Sumeru. What are we waiting for then? Let's head to Whisper Cafe right now. Hopefully we'll be able to catch Cyno. Let's do it. Let's catch Cyno. I know we just caught him, but it's okay. You know what? He's here to chill after a week of very hard and emotionally draining work. So we should go and see what he's up to, if he's actually relaxing. Right? You're relaxing, right, Cyno? Let's go. There's a guy with a camera. Oh, hello. Millionaire guy, relax matcha, and of course, our buddy. Isn't that Cyno? Look at his outfit, his hairstyle, and the hair color. This is exactly what protagonists in a card game novel should look like. I actually know quite a lot of people can fit into this category. Right, but Ether, all the people you know could easily be the protagonists of their own light novel, because none of them are NPCs. Really? That's great. I'm working on the 3rd book of King of Invocations, and this time, I'm not going to base it on the gameplay mechanics of Genius Invocation TCG. I'm going to create an all-new way of playing. For instance, I get all the cards to be suspended mid-air in the field. Players will have to collect cards as they consider their next move, all while preventing their opponent from collecting cards themselves. I'm getting excited just thinking about it, but we don't have time for this right now. Traveler, please ask Cyno to be the model for my novel. I'm counting on you. Hello, protagonist material. This combination of cards isn't so bad, but they're not strong enough to deal with quick attacks. Hello, Cyno. I didn't expect to see you here. I'm in the middle of trying to build a Genius Invocation deck with a relatively slow attack speed. I'm hoping that the deck would allow the player to obtain an abundance of resources and plenty of powerful cards. But to be honest, it's hard to build a deck like that. Currently in the Genius Invocation TCG community, some players prefer to use cards with fast attack speeds. Well, why does this sound exactly like Fire Emblem Heroes? At the beginning of the game, they play a large number of cards in one go to swiftly defeat their opponent, but I'm no fan of this tactic. I prefer to continuously accumulate resources in different ways. Yeah, that sounds like a good strategy, except it does not sound very meta. Seizing every possible opportunity, building up my advantage, and eventually securing the victory. Yes! Wonderful! You're just like the main character in my novel! Sorry. Hello, this is Fukumoto. He is the author of King of Invocations. Hello, General Mahamatra. I don't suppose you've heard of me. Oh, I've read your novel. It's very good. I'm truly honored. In the novel, every time the protagonist is at a disadvantage, he always manages to get a card that was in his deck through various means, then defeats his opponent. This left a lasting impression on me. Sure. I understand that writing novels requires taking a creative license, but this way of winning is a departure from the fundamental mechanics of Genius Invocation TCG. About that, well, although I do play a lot of Genius Invocation TCG a lot, I'm not really good at it. And if you read about the duels in a competitive mindset, it wouldn't make for an interesting story. Is that so? Well, as luck would have it, I've just built 2 decks of cards so we can play a few rounds of Genius Invocation TCG here. Maybe you'll find some inspiration. Yeah, this guy simply wants to play cards. Yeah, Cyno's not interested in being the protagonist for the next novel, but you know what? Card playing. They should have... I feel like it would be really cool if they released this world quest when they released Genius Invocation TCG, and then we could see them actually, like, duel it out. Huh? Playing with you? I'd love to, but the truth is... Yeah, I'll explain. He just wants you to be the protagonist of his novel. You're asking me to model for the illustrations in King of Invocations. That's certainly no problem. Great! Traveler, quickly, help me take some pictures! Right now? With the camera set up. Perfect. we just get to have a photo shoot with Cyno. This is perfect. Yeah, sure. We're gonna save that to the camera roll. Perfect. Several pictures of Cyno very quickly. This has been a big help. I'm sure Asagiri will make an excellent illustration. Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't right now the camera event? Doesn't that evolve? Asagiri will see her soon. Thank you very much, Cyno. I'll be sure to send you a copy of the novel as soon as it's published. Cyno, the 2 decks you're holding are... Didn't you promise to play a few games of Genius Invocation TCG with me earlier. I'm not very good at it, so Traveler, you're definitely better than me. I've never played before. You're better than this. And the matter's settled. Here, take this quick attack deck. I'm gonna use this relatively slower deck to see how I can deal with your attacks. I'll do my best, Cyno. Okay, I gotta see this. Cyno, your playstyle is so slow and deliberate. It's just an intuitive strategy. Now, this guy really just said it's intuitive. Oh my gosh, Cyno. Alright, that's enough for today. Thank you all for watching. We learned more about Cyno. We learned more about, you know, the kinds of things people in Sumeru do to make money. And we helped Cyno completely destroy a criminal smuggling ring. Hopefully helped that guy with his daughter's medical treatment. And helped Taj fulfill what he needed to fulfill. And played cards. We did it all today. Why is it so green in here? It must be daytime outside. Wow. Alright, that's enough Genshin Impact for me today. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you soon! Hopefully we'll find out more stuff about version 3.3 soon. Alright, bye-bye!